Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. Just look at this. One of the best speakers in the world. Marten Design Bird 1 speakers. These are so rare. If you can get a hold of this speaker, just get it. I think the price of these used are like $8,000. And I think they're a lot better than the new Bird 2 speakers. These are one of the top 10 speakers in the world, in my opinion. And look, audio note on gargle, audio note on gargle. Wow. That's definitely going to be enough power to drive these that are a bit low and efficient. The layering, the depth, the intensity, the resolution of these speakers are to die for. I mean, I would love to have this speaker either on this setup here or some other audio note, or maybe Negra. Maybe a bit too analytical on this speaker. I think Spectral would probably be the best solution for this stuff here, but just simply one of the best ever speakers on the market, and one of the best ever amplifiers in the world. And I don't really recognize this, but you need an audio note M3 preamp as a minimum for running this at a proper level. More like M6, or a lot better M8, or even a lot better than that M9 or 10. Then you would have a level of control, power, beauty. It would just be to die for. And this speaker actually needs to go far more in towards the wall, over here and over there, and closer to maybe a tiny bit closer to the side walls. And then you need a room that's at about 25-35 square meters. That's just perfect for these speakers. This is an awesome speaker. I mean, personally, this speaker, maybe the Martian Coltrane, which is a bit better but a lot more expensive, the Verity Sarastro, and an Audio Note E model speaker, one of the 18 models they make there. Those are like the only speakers that I really would consider nowadays. Those are just world-class speakers. If you could at all find this speaker and try and get a hold of it, it's just it's so awesome. I mean, it's tough to work with. It's got an insane amount of detail, so you need pretty good gear to control it. It won't be nearly as warm and welcoming as the Audio Note top speakers. Also won't have the same integration, naturality, pressure, and deep bottom, and the entire glue that holds it together. But the technical abilities, the intensity, the resolution is just to die for. It is so insanely dry and colorless, but still at such a high level. It is really amazingly natural, but it's just so vulgar. And also looking at them, they look pretty darn vulgar. And generally, I don't like ceramic speaker, ceramic unit speaker. Gouda, I really hate those speakers. They have ceramic speaker sound. I really don't like those. Horrible value. What has some ceramic speakers? Avalon, yeah, a bit better than Gouda, but still, really, just all wrong and thrown about the whole soundstage. Very messy. This is an awesome speaker. Awesome speaker. So I wouldn't change a lot here. I mean, of course, wouldn't use that. Wouldn't use those cables. They don't look like the really good cables. But yeah, forgot to say that Yorma speakers Yorma cables are apparently inside the Marten Design speakers, so they sound obviously really good with Marten Design speakers. So Yorma cables on Marten Design, it just makes sense. It makes sense. It's a high end cable brand, one of those few high end ones that I actually recommend. Makes some pretty darn good cables. You could also use some Audio Note silver cables. That would also be pretty awesome. Just an amazing speaker. Let's just go on to something else. And then we have the Coltrane. Coltrane is the big brother to Bird, and it is clearly better. Clearly better. I would maybe say around 20% better on every at every level, but just costing a lot more. It's also a tiny bit ugly. So I'm not really too crazy about that, but yeah, bass extension and everything just a lot better. And this is what you do. You run Negra on it, or even better, Spectral on it, or Audio Note. That's just like, that's what you do. Or maybe even if you can't afford a gear like that, use ear equipment, EAR. Also sound pretty darn good with Marten Design. And yeah, very compatible sound. So, but look at this room. There's a lot of space to the back wall, quite a lot to the side wall. This is going to be too much of a hi-fi thing, and that's also one of the reasons why they have this thing at the back here to control the sound a bit more. I don't like distance between the speakers in such a big room. That's going to make it go into an unsettled hi-fi analytical mechanical sound mode. It's not good enough for me. No, not good enough. But if you would take these speakers like 1 meter closer to each other in a much smaller room, having the exact same sound equipment, you would get a totally different sound, a sound that could be a lot more organic and natural, just by changing the positioning of the speakers and giving it a better, smaller room. Now, Marten Design Bird 2 versus the B&W. B&W is like, it does its own thing that's interesting, It's a versatile speaker for people who kind of want to pretend that they have good hi-fi sound. They typically have Macintosh, Class A, Audiofly, Pass Labs, Krell, Mark Levinson, stuff like that. And it kind of complements each other because they both take care of each other, not revealing too much, keeping it reasonably safe, and kind of gluing everything together. And then in those types of systems, yeah, you would take Carter's cable to make it speak the better together to communicate better. The Marten Design Bird 2 speaker, I don't like it quite as much as the older one. I find that the treble is just not nearly the same level. But still a very good speaker. I still find it better than this B&W speaker. B&W, they impress people because they can do a lot of deep bass. They can forgive a lot of bad tracks. People want to use them because they also want to integrate with 5.1 surround sound and stuff like that. And they want to have transistor sound, basically be versatile, play a lot of bass, and be forgiving, and give that illusion of depth. One of my friends, he's crazy about B&W speakers, but he also says that this particular model is one of the best B&W speakers, even a lot better than the more expensive ones. So yeah, something to think about. Marten Design speakers, yeah, I mean, the bigger speakers are really good. They do a lot of good. Coltrane again over here. Yeah, some gear I don't really want to comment on because it's okay. It does a lot of interesting stuff, but yeah, just not really my thing. Very expensive, but cool. Marten Design is just, it's one of those few speakers with a lot of units that actually sound very good, very good. Yeah. a Marten Design Coltrane speaker. Yeah, just awesome. Yoma cables with it would sound good. I would use Negra Spectral, maybe even audio note gear with it. Just awesome. A bit ugly, but yeah, really awesome sound. And here we have like a cool system, also Coltrane rack. Looks like an Artisania rack. And those racks are really good. I think that's a VPI turntable. I'm not sure, but I generally don't like VPI. Find them dead gray, boring, too safe in sound. But interesting, you know. This rack here does a huge difference to the sound. I'm not sure about the cables. What kind of cables it is here. Interesting. I wouldn't change a hell of a lot, except for maybe go for some Negra or Spectral or audio note gear to power these up. But yeah, solid. These thingamajigs at the bottom, they actually do quite a bit of good on creating a more neutral, clear, spacious, fleshed out sound. So when you have gear like this, you wanna consider good vibration control like this. So yeah, that's all with this video, and give me a comment what you think about the video. Have a nice day.